your girl Crown Me, Rastadol. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. To all my subbies, mwah, love you guys. To anyone that is new here, my name is Natalie. I do hair videos, I do makeup videos, I do weekly vlogs. So go ahead, hit the subscribe button so that you can become part of the kingdom and you can get crowned. I'm going to be recreating this look that I saw Rihanna post on her Instagram. Listen, from the minute she posted it, it was just giving me fashion, it was giving me edgy. So when I saw this look, it's not necessarily something that I would personally go for. The bold eyes, the bold lips, and the plentiful blush. So once I saw that image, I screenshotted it and I was like, yes, I'm gonna do this look. So I actually really love the way the hair came out. It's such a like classy hairstyle. It's giving me like old school vibes, and it has a little flipped side bang, which I absolutely love. I did the flips the same way I did my 90s flip style, so that video is going to be linked up above and down below. Go check that out just in case you want a more in-depth or just to see another style. I feel like it's a birthday hairstyle. I feel like it's a dinner party, a brunch, a New Year's Eve. Like, it's super classy. And you guys already know one of my mottos, or one of the things that I want to make sure to push on my channel, is the fact that even though you have locks or you have natural hair, braids, twists, whatever the case may be, you can still do all these same hairstyles that you might see on loose naturals, perms, weaves, wigs, etc. Okay, you might just have to do, use a little bit of creativity, but it can still work. Without further ado, we're gonna jump straight into this video. Keep watching. Hey you guys, so we're gonna of course start off with our hair. So first things first, I'm going to section out kind of like my side bang, side swoop area. If you look at the picture, she definitely had like, a good amount of hair out. Right now I'm just kind of mapping out like what it's gonna look like, before I get started on the styling process. I want to make sure everything is, how I want it to look. So I'm just gonna put the rest of my hair away in a ponytail. Now I'm trying to figure out which color pipe cleaner to use, because I'm gonna use the pipe cleaners to curl my hair up, black or brown. The bottoms of my locks are brown, so I decided to go with the brown. So pretty much I'm doing this style the same way I did my 90s flip style. Please go check that video if you have yet to see it. I'm pretty much twisting my hair and then applying the pipe cleaners to the portion of my locks that I need to flip. The pipe cleaners are going to provide some tension, which is going to allow you to be able to turn and manipulate your locks, in a way that you would not normally be able to, because obviously I can't put a curling iron or anything like that on my locks to curl it the way you normally would. So this is what I'm going to use, okay? So I'm going to continue that process, doing the 2-strand twist down the entire length of the lock, attaching that pipe cleaner to the bottom half simply by rolling my actual lock onto the pipe cleaner, okay? One lock on each half of the pipe cleaner. Then we're just going to continue to twist, okay? Yeah, I'm pretty much going to do this with all the locks. I didn't really use that many rubber bands. I used the pipe cleaner to kind of fold over on the ends and secure it so it wouldn't unravel. I'm going to get up and just show you guys a closer look at how I apply it. Here we go. Simply twisting the lock around the pipe cleaner and then continuing the twist. I really hope you guys got that, and like I said, go check out the 90s flip video where I show you it a little bit more in depth. Alright, so now I'm finished with the bang side swoop portion. I'm going to separate that, just put in a rubber band around it so it can stay out of my way. Next, I'm just going to retwist like those first 3 or 4 locks in the front of my head, just because I want the look to look, as polished as possible. Her look definitely looked pretty polished. Now I'm going to put my hair up into one, and I'm kind of again mapping out how I want to form that twist. This is the first time that I actually was able to get this type of twist looking as good as it did, because I've tried to do this before and it was a fail. So like I'm saying, sometimes when you do these styles, you know, some of you guys say, I don't know how you did that. Keep trying, you guys. I fail too. Like sometimes it just does not work out, okay? So yeah, you just keep trying. What I did this time was I applied a rubber band to it just to keep it all in order, because my locks are just so many different lengths. It's difficult for me to keep it in one. Then I just started to roll the locks from the base and just trying to keep it all together. I didn't want any stragglers because like I said, I wanted this style to look as polished as possible. So here I'm just rolling it and I want it to the center of my head. So I'm kind of like smoothing down that side and literally just placing it where I need it. The back was not looking how I needed it to look, but I figured after I pin this section down, the front section down, I can go ahead into the back and like, you know, kind of conform it to how I want it to look. So here I put like 2 pins in the front just to secure it, and here I am going into the back and just kind of rolling the locks over and, you know, trying to achieve that kind of Lana Turner type of look, you know. So yeah, that's pretty much all I did to achieve that look in the back. It was pretty simple. Like I said, I've been trying to do this for a while. A couple times I've tried that style and it never came out okay. This didn't come out like, oh my god, amazing either, but definitely came out a lot better than before. So yeah, you guys can go ahead, practice and perfect it, okay? Here I'm just applying some more pins to the front because I don't want it going anywhere. I don't want it flopping all over. Now I'm just gonna apply some edge control, and before I did that, I actually put like 3 rubber bands around like 3 or 4 locks, like sets of locks. That was just to again keep it in one, keep it together, keep it conform, because I didn't want them like all over the place. Then I'm gonna go ahead, you know, oh, I actually had a loose lock. Don't you guys hate when that happens? I literally just twisted him around my finger and tucked him in, because yeah, nobody was gonna do all of this again, period. Not happening. Here you see me just going in and laying down my edges. Then I'm going to tie down my hair and we're going to move on to the makeup portion. Alright, you guys, time for the makeup portion. I don't even know which is my favorite part of getting ready. Is it the hair or is it the makeup? You guys put down below what do you prefer to do, okay? So as you can see, I applied like a light serum to my face just to prep it for like makeup. Now I'm going in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade. Y'all already know I do the same step in every video. Applying that to my eyebrows, and then I'm going to conceal and define my eyebrows using that, what foundation did I use again? That's the Makeup Revolution foundation. I just really like using that foundation because I mentioned it in a previous video. It's not too light. It doesn't give me those halo brows look, and it's a nice consistency. It's a pretty thick foundation, so it's really easy to work with. So here I am just defining my eyebrows. I then went in and applied this eyeshadow base. It's also by Makeup Revolution onto my eyelids, you know. Just want to make sure my eyeshadow sticks down. Even though I didn't go in with many colors, I used this Violet Boss palette and I literally just used that orange and that brown because as you can see from the look, from the picture, it was literally all about the blue liner. But I just didn't want to put blue liner just black right there on my bare lid. So I did go in with this darker brown first, and then I went in with a really light orange that you guys can see there and pretty much shared that all over the rest of my eyelid and blended that brown color out. Like I said, I didn't want anything too defined on the eyes because it wasn't about that. It's about the liner. I just wanted a little something, okay? Here is the Fenty Beauty liner. This is called, the name of this is See About It, and it's like a really nice blue. So this is what we are going to be using to line our eyes. We're gonna go ahead and line the top portion of our eyes right now, and you know, this is pretty simple. The liner was very creamy. It was very easy to work with. I've actually never used any of these Fenty liners, and I actually want to get the actual black eyeliner because yeah, this one was really creamy. I don't really go in with a lot of like colored pencils often, but yeah, as you can see, I made this side a little bit thicker than the other, so I am gonna go back in and perfect that. Always the case with me, right? Here I'm looking at my inspo or whatever, then I go in with the bottom lash line, right? And I'm going to line it because as you can see, she had both bottom and top lined with the blue. Then I realized, should I have done my concealer first? Probably, but you know what? This is where we are. This is where we are in life. sometimes you just have to, you know, come to terms with that. So next, I'm going to go in with this Juvia's Place palette because, I don't know, that blue was not to me as a vibrant. I don't know if like they edited her picture or whatever the case may be, but I needed that vibrant blue, okay? That was the look I was going for. So I went in with this blue out of that Juvia's palette and I just laid it down on top of the pencil, which I was going to set the blue liner anyway because it is a cream product. I just chose like a really bright, nice blue. Next, we're moving on to face. This is the Fenty Beauty. This is the matte primer. I have yet to try the hydrating primer as yet. Then I'm going to mix two foundations. When I do the Fenty, I love mixing the matte foundation with the hydration foundation because the hydrating one is a little too oily for me and the matte one can work, but I like to mix them, okay? For some reason, I felt like the matte one was a little tad bit darker than the hydrating one, even though they are in the same shade. I use the shade number 420 in the Fenty Beauty foundation. So yeah, we're using my beauty blender and we're just pouncing this all over our face until it's just seamless and, you know, looking good. Here is the Fenty Beauty concealer, and this is in the number 385, okay? So obviously I'm gonna put this all the places that I want to attract light, which is under my eyes, down the bridge of my nose, a little bit on my forehead, and a little bit on the top of my lip. In the meantime, I'm gonna go in with this Cheeks Out bronzer in the shade Chocolate. This is the cream bronzer, and I'm gonna go ahead while I allow my concealer time to dry, and I'm just gonna carve out those cheekbones, honey, okay? We don't really need to do much on the side where we have the side swoop, but I am gonna focus a lot on this side of the face because this side of the face is out for the world to see, all right? So we're gonna go ahead on, you know, where am I saying? On the top of my head because we don't want any, you know, demarcation between our hair and our forehead when we're finished with our makeup because that gives you that hat look. So definitely, you know, bronze up that area. After I'm finished with the bronzer, I'm going to go in, you know, I've given the concealer enough time to sit and just, you know, sink into the skin. And I'm gonna go ahead and blend it out using my beauty blender. Forgot what it was called for a minute there. I don't know what I was looking at, honey, but it was clearly interesting because I was all up in that screen, all right? So anyway, here I'm just blending. You know, I don't know. I really love this complexion portion of makeup. Just so gratifying. Like, it's so satisfying to me to just see a face get pulled together, okay? And this face is all Fenty products, as you guys can see. If you guys haven't noticed, other than the eyeshadow that I use, everything is Fenty products, all right? Other than, I think, the face powder that I'm about to use. But anyway, yeah, so everything is blended out now. Now we're going to go into the Fenty Pro Filter Loose Powder. I use the shade Banana. I'm really trying to love this powder. Like, I don't know. It just was never one of my faves. It works, but I just prefer others, you know, so I don't really reach for it as often unless I decide, yeah, I'm gonna do a Fenty face. That's pretty much the times when I reach for it. I wish I had actually bought the shade Cashew. I feel like I would have liked that shade a little bit more. I don't know if this is a little too light. I don't know if I'll be putting on too much. I don't know what's the case, honey, but it works, okay? Now I'm going to dust off some of that because I don't want it, you know, to stick to my face too much. This is the Sephora Micro Smooth Powder, just like my favorite face powder at the moment, and this is in the shade Deep, and I'm gonna put this all over my face, and I'm even gonna go over some of that Fenty powder just to, you know, bring back some color into my face, put it on the bridge of the nose, and yeah, just get our face back bronzed up. Talking about bronzer, we're about to go into the Sun Stalker Cocoa Naughty. This is actually a contour, but I use it as a bronzer because it's just a perfect bronzer shade. So obviously I'm gonna go over everywhere that I put that contour, and we're just gonna deepen it up. Yes, cut. Yes, cheekbones. Yes, contour. Yeah, we're just gonna deepen that all up, and I'm gonna, of course, define my nose. Next, we're gonna go into this Cheeks Out. This is like a cream blush. This was in the color Strawberry Dip, and what I like about these cream blushes is that, if you guys can see, it already provides kind of like a highlight, kind of like an iridescence to it, so you literally don't even have to go in with highlighter when you use these blushes. I'm gonna go ahead now and complete the bottom lash line, just applying that same blue shade that I applied to the top eyes to the bottom, okay? And we're just gonna set that liner on the bottom lash line. Okay, so before I apply mascara, I always go in and spray my face because I absolutely detest when you put mascara on and then spray and mascara gets everywhere. So this is the Bad Gal Bang mascara that I actually really like. But being that, you know, the blue was so pop out and stand out-ish, I also went in with my Thrive Cosmetics because this green one, oh my gosh, this just gives me length, okay? Now, I mean, the look is pretty much complete. Let's take off the head tie. Yes, sis, it is coming together. Now, I'm deciding if I should use the Trophy Wipe or the Moonwalker. This is actually that white colored highlighter, the Moonwalker one that I got out of my BoxyCharm. Oh, it's Metal Moon. Why am I calling it Moonwalker? Anyway, yeah, I'm going to apply this to my face very lightly. You know, she wasn't heavily like highlighted, but I just happened to like a nice highlight, so I'm gonna put it, period. Next for lips, we're going in with the Fenty Beauty lipstick. This is in the color, girl, I'm gonna have to put the color down below. It's the red one. It's like the original one. I got this when Fenty first popped out, but I will put it down below. And this is literally gonna complete the look, you guys. I so hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys go ahead and try this hairstyle. You have to try this hairstyle. If you try this hairstyle, go ahead. Follow me on Instagram, the same name as the YouTube, Crown Me Rasta Doll. Go follow me and go tag me. I want to see you guys, and especially with the holiday season coming up, girl, this is it. I will definitely be recreating this look, and you will see pics of this on the gram. So that pretty much wraps this video up.